Hey, what's up, guys? Coach English here. Got a good leg day today with Brandon, one of my good buddies. So, the purpose of this video is to show you basically a couple things. One is technique, how I like to train. Um, I'll talk a little bit about how I structure my training. So, in the video, well, before I get started, every day in the gym, I make sure to spend a good at least 30 minutes. And I do mobility. I will, I'll do some cardio usually, a little bit of walking. I will do core work. I will make sure that my body is prepared for the workout. So here's Brandon. So Brandon is has been training with me for about a year and he's made a lot of progress. The one thing that's been bothering him is his hip. So when you have issues such as maybe you have knee pain, shoulder pain, um, just unexplainable sometimes aches and pains in your body, that is a limitation. And if it prevents you from lifting, obviously you need to address that. But we've been working on building muscle, getting strong, doing the recovery um, drills and exercises so that we can maintain our strength and build muscle through that recovery periods. And he doesn't always squat. We did go through some strength phases, but lately we've been working on that recovery. And as you can see here, he doesn't quite go all the way down. Now, some of you might look at that and think, oh man, you're not going all the way down ass to grass or full range of motion. And you might say, oh, that's stupid, or that's not what you're supposed to do. Um, well, see, for me, I can. I have the mobility. I have the strength. I am not limited by pain. So I'm going to push myself full range of motion. I'm also a power lifter, so I kind of have to. But in the for the goals that he is going after, he does not have to go all the way down. In fact, if you stop 90 degrees, if you basically don't go below parallel, I would almost argue that you're going to load your legs, especially your quads, much better. And if you haven't done that, if you have put, I don't know, a negative connotation on going only to 90 degrees or a little bit above, like you haven't tried it and you haven't implemented the cues and the right technique to understand that you still are going to get a lot out of it. So he's not going to go all the way down because he loads his legs properly. He has connection to his quads. Right here, he is just working on technique. He's not forcing range of motion where stress goes onto that hip. He is simply trying to load his legs heavier, but the technique is important. Now, for me, I power lift. Lately, I have been in a bodybuilding and conditioning block, so I haven't really been focused so much on lifting extremely heavy. I will throw in um, a, I guess, one workout or two where I go closer to 90%, if you want to say 95%, just all out kind of sets. And today is kind of like that. We're gonna push ourselves on weight. It is a strength workout for sure because it's fun. It's what we love. Again, Brandon is just working on his technique, controlling the descent, making sure his brace is strong, his breathing is good. Because without our oxygen, without our breath, it's not gonna. Not going to fare well for you. Okay, you're going to lack that. You're going to lack energy as well in your lift, and we need as much energy as possible. And this is locking in here, guys. I am tired. Okay, Brandon is tired too. I know he has been losing a good amount of weight. I think he's like 30 pounds down from his, or 40 pounds down from his heaviest. But right here, guys, I'm just trying to push through it. Now you see, we have different setups. I squat high bar, he squats more low bar. And I'm only doing a couple reps. So is he. 2 to 3 reps here today. Nothing crazy. All right, come on, Brandon. This is his last set. So since he's been cutting, it's been a while for him squatting that heavy. I think his max was 335. Again, the hip pain, the hip discomfort. He doesn't train heavy since we've been working, but he's lost a bunch of weight, and you cannot. It is hard to be strong when you're on a cut. So props to him. 275 for two at you know, closer to parallel. We can work on depth later, but he got to touch 275. Here's 495, 5 plates total. Let's go. Yes, sir. You have to push yourself. So for me, I'm really good at technique, I would say, for the most part, but I have to push myself. Sometimes it's all in our head, you know? Okay, next exercise here on this leg press. Um, what I explained to Brandon is what most people do on a lot of exercises is a couple things. They'll sometimes ego lift and they don't really care or put too much thought in their technique. So they may load a whole bunch of weight and do whatever reps. And it's the typical, you know, half rep guy that obviously cannot handle the weight he's handling, but he's just lifting with his ego. And you're like, dude, what the hell is this guy doing? So, well, what we're doing here is we really want to maintain tension on our legs. Um, a key factor here is feet displacement. So there are three main contact points in our feet. So a big kind of a big toe, pinky toe, and your heel. Basically, you're trying to evenly disperse um, tension throughout your feet. And then number two is when you're on the way down, don't just access more range of motion. Don't go all the way to your chest. You know, I want you to control these reps, but I will actually stop a little shy because if my knees, if I keep going down like right here and I went closer to my chest, which I could do by the way, what you'll find is my pelvis, okay, like my glutes will come off the pad. It will round, okay, and it's like a posterior tilt. And we don't want that. I want to really just load up my quads, um, basically bias internal rotation, and keep my femurs neutral in a neutral position. So, like I'll tell Brandon here, you know, many people they'll track their knees out, right? They'll open the hips. I want you to keep it a little closer together. Now, this is a hard thing to do. It's going to be more difficult. That's why people don't do it. It's the funny things, guys. The little things matter. I'm big on technique. It's a very important quality for me. I believe it'll help you make long-term progress without injuries. It will limit injuries and it's more difficult a lot of times. So try to do these things, the techniques that I talk about, not just copy and paste. You have to learn for yourself. But I'm going to do the best I can, guys. So we got to push it. Reps here, about 10 reps. If you get 8, that's fine. If you get 12, that's fine. That's probably still a little too low. I would like to stop a little shyer. Yeah, see, I'm very exhausted, as you can see, and I'm just feeling it condition wise. I have more in me. Like I could do more reps. I could probably do more weight, but I don't know, man. I was really tired today. Brandon is doing a really good job. He's been keeping up with me more and more. See, he's stopping shy. He's not going more. And if you could see, his pelvis, the posterior tilt right at the bottom, it kind of, his butt kind of comes off the pad. That's going to happen. And most people will say, "Oh, just open up your knees more, and you will access more range of motion." Well, his problem is internal rotation of the hip. That's he lacks that, so he's going to go where he naturally wants to do, which is opening up the hips. In order to build strength properly, we need to be balanced, guys. Okay, so you're going to do more of opposition training. You're not just going to keep doing what you always done because you've that's gotten to where you're at now, right? Got to learn new things, guys. Got to push yourself in different ways and kind of create a regimen routine that is balanced but works the best for you. I'm not claiming this is the right way to train, but it is for me, and it's helped me for the past couple years. So we're pushing ourselves this set. 7 plates here. If you notice, I'm more lower on the pad. Yeah, I really want to use my quads as much as I can. Um, Typically, I would go even lower for my quads, but I want to use my hamstrings as well. Obviously, this is a leg press. Use your entire legs, push through it. Oh man, see, I hate seeing it. I'm looking back at the video. It's like, Bradley, you have more in you. But I was exhausted, guys. I don't know. Lack of sleep, man. But we'll hit it harder next set or next workout. Well, not the very next leg day because I do switch it up philosophies. Strength was today. Next leg day will be more volume and conditioning. Nice control. There's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to training, but I'm trying to keep it simple. I ramble sometimes. I may bounce back and forth between ideas, but right here, I'd really just want Brandon to keep his stack. I want him to control the weight on the way down. He's breathing in through the nose, expanding his lower ribs. So you're creating, intra abdominal pressure. That's what keeps our spine safe. All these things are so important. So Brandon did a good job. Little flex out right here. Yes, sir. We'll shape that up down the road for sure. But built some solid mass. All right, now we're doing some sandbag training. So if you've ever worked with sandbags before, they suck. They're not easy. Um, they're just dead weight. Okay. When we are picking these up, we're really using everything in our body to lift this up. It's such a unique core, full body exercise. Um, I'm getting really tired right here. I'm like, that was the workout, is what I said. I was like, just bringing it over to the starting point. So with this exercise sandbags, we're just working on building our capacity. So we're lifting heavy sandbags for us, probably about 85% of our max, if you could put a number on it. That is a 200-pound sandbag, and Brandon is working with a 150-pound sandbag. We are doing a total of 10 reps. So set one can be 2, 3 reps. Brandon gets 3, I believe. And then we're going to go all the way to 10 reps. But the goal here with the sandbag, and see, Brandon kind of just grabs and goes. He is tired. But he's muscling through it, man. right? And that's so great. I want you guys to look and try to understand that you really have to get technical with some of these things. So when it gets really heavy, I will pack it onto my hands. I'll get it to my hips, lower it. See, that's a very powerful and quick manner. But I'm trying to use my body in a way that is less stress on, like, my lower back or my joints. All this is stress, but we got to be smart. So really bear hug it, sit back down that squat, and then just follow the hips through when you rise up. It's something that you just practice and you get better with. But see, Brandon uses a lot of his back. So he'll bend down, his legs are real extended, and then he squats and boom. So he uses a lot of back. For me, I try to get a little bit more legs into it, but that's the difference between our leverages in our bodies. I'm a leg dominant person. I'm a presser. So I've always liked squats over deadlifts. Brandon's really strong at deadlifting versus squats. So bear hug it, get it to your shoulders, push it away. Yes, sir. So this is the last exercise in the workout. Super simple. Heavy squats, leg press, sandbag work. And I promise it is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Let's go, man. Brandon was hyping me up, man. That's why I love training with people who love to work out. He pushed me. He said, "Hey, man, go back there and get it." I was really tired. I wanted to break, but I went back after it and I finished my set. Total of 10 reps. But yeah, guys, I like to give a lot of advice and just teach you some of the things that I've learned over the years. I don't claim to be the strongest or biggest, but I love working out. I love getting better. And that's why I want to help others. So this is proof. I asked Brandon to move it. I'm so tired, but so show you guys how much these sandbags weigh. Go try it out. Lift a 200-pound sandbag. See how it feels. So this was not really as legible, but that's 150 pounds. We are in our first like month and a half
It
of
ain't
working
easy,
with
is it?
these. So yes, sir. Not easy. All right, guys. Peace out.